That was awkward. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and hallucinations. My name is Nathanael, and which time is a stand-up comedian. I know that everybody was like, I could go watch the basketball game, or I could pretend that I'm paying attention to the guy who's so pretentious that he's wearing an Edgar Allan Poe t-shirt on stage to do comedy. That's what I want to do with my Sunday nights at the Travel Inn. You guys missed it. No matter what happens tonight, it won't be as awesome as what happened last time. Sharon's saying, there's these two people, they were natives, and they were arguing back and forth, and they were so drunk that they just couldn't figure out whether or not this person that they know, his name was Jose. They're like, his name's Jose. No, it's not. His name's Jose. No, it's not. There was never a progression. There was never like, here's some evidence for why his name is or is not Jose. It just kept going back and forth. And so Matt Collins, who's not here tonight, sadly, he's probably still recovering from the experience. He was there, and he was mocking them. And he pointed out that one of them had about maybe 2 teeth. And they thought that was a slur. They were saying that all natives are toothless. He's like, no, nothing could be further from the truth. Just you, yourself. And then the best part was that she like stood up and like knocked her drink. Like, you're half fucking food. She was going to take him to court for heckling her. That was my favorite, because I would imagine that would be the best people's court ever. Your Honor, I don't remember much about that night, but I do remember I was at a comedy show, and somebody said something not very nice to me. I'm gonna need at least $75,000 in damages, which will probably cover my bar tab, or at least part of it.
Take it off!
Oh, dude, they moved the pool out a while ago. It used to be right there. It was so weird. The last time I was here, they had an orgy room, and then they got rid of it. That was like 2 weeks ago. That wasn't that long ago.
That was in 1993.
No. I was in it. I wasn't in it, but I'm just saying. I don't dance. I don't do that because of the 3 strikes you're out rule that they have in Alaska, which is I'm straight, white, and male. I don't dance also because all the music sounds the same. It's nothing to do with the beats. It's just the lyrics out there. It's always this obsession with clothes, and there's more to life because like every time I go into like a dance club, it's always the same. There's like boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and. Okay. I bike in the winter. This joke probably isn't as funny now in the spring. And there's only 2 types of people that bike in the winter. There's annoying, pretentious, liberal assholes like myself, who you guys love to hate. And you should hate me. I'm the kind that goes to the co-op and gets the organic, shade-grown, fair trade coffee, the one where each individual bean gets a name and then it decides it wants to be burned up and made into coffee. And I stay skinny so I can make fat people miserable, make them feel bad about themselves. There's me, and then there's also the people, and there are probably some in the room tonight, who just have too many Deweys. They're just whiskey place. You're just not allowed to drive anymore under any circumstances. The ones who have the Jimmy Durante nose, and they always have really tight sweatpants. There's like this moose knuckle thing going on down there. And I don't know why they always have tight sweatpants. And they have this really foul beer, like something with a sailboat in the front of it that comes like in like plastic jugs, and they have bungee corded it to the back. They got like an 86 pack. And what's awesome is like there'll be like 2 ships passing at night for like just a brief few seconds. We'll kind of look into each other's eyes. We're like, that could have been me.
Take it off!
There is a comic who's not here who's totally ripped. I am not that guy, trust me. You do not, no.
She's got 5s and 10s though.
Oh shit.
5s and 10s? That is... So you're Vice Squad? That's creepy. What's a badge? I have a badge that allows me to tell men to take off their shirt. I got her over at Journeys. It's official. Okay, right. It was a blue light special. People ask me what kind of comedy I do, and I tell people it's like a fart in an elevator. I don't want people to like me, but I just want that you have to acknowledge that I'm there. Go through all the cycles of grief, like anger, denial, bargaining, finally acceptance. Also, the other reason I do comedy is because when I was in college, I read about this awesome guy named Abby Hoffman. And Abby Hoffman was a yippie. Now, there's a difference between a hippie and a yippie, real quick. All right? Hippies are annoying. Those are the people who are like, oh, I could have changed something, but I'm too busy smoking weed to work on the garden or whatever. But then there's yippies. The yippies were awesome. They were doing crazy shit. They were like trying to give Richard Nixon acid. I love those people. And Abby Hoffman, he did this press conference where he's like had all these people got together, and then all he did is he went up and he said, the newest drug is taking banana peels and inserting them rectally. That was it. That's all he said, and then he just walked away. End of press conference. Nothing else. And so then, of course, they're asking him, like, later, like, why did you do that? And he's like, because I know that somewhere there's going to be someone from the FBI who has to do that just to check it out. That's what I want my jokes to be. Ass banana peels. There was a cougar attack. I don't know if you guys heard about this. It's a very big deal. It's outside this high school. It's not too far from here. And you guys should know what you should do if you're confronted with a cougar. You should give him your younger brother's phone number, and then you walk away slowly.
Fives and tens.
You're very generous. I thought you started with ones, and then you move up from there.
I said fives and tens.
I know. I was complimenting. I am paying attention. I'm with you. Whoa! And now you broke a mic stand already. Awesome. That's great. Hopefully this has some insurance on it. I want to say that I have a girlfriend. I'm very thankful for that because I'm really horrible at picking up women because I had this idea somehow that when I'm picking up women that I should make things rhyme, and that doesn't really work well if you're white. Although I am Irish, but then those just turn into these like really bad limericks. But the thing is that I will make things totally not true at all. Just say complete bullshit in order to make the rhyme work. And I'd be like, hello, my name is O'Banion, and I'd like you to be my companion. That one doesn't work much. A couple quick things. Yes, I'm firmly aware that I resemble the illegitimate love child of Harry Potter and Frodo Baggins. Like a little hipster hobbit. It's like the Verizon wireless guy had sex with John Hodgman from The Daily Show. I know that guy from The Big Bang Theory did stand up. That's cool. I also do podcasting. Yeah, how sexy is that? Yeah, I'm on iTunes. What do you think of that? Yeah, podcasting is not sexy at all. You really can't impress ladies with that. That's sort of like saying, I've got a CB radio at my house. And I turn it on when there's a storm, you know, just in case. Like, the only thing you can do with podcasting that would be cool would be, like, if you're, like, the same thing you do with CBs, just, like, pranking lonely truckers. That's actually going to be my podcast. Pranking lonely truckers. That was a horror movie reference. I think it's cool how I was thinking about cultural shorthand recently. You know, because whenever you talk about something like, when you're saying, oh, the 70s, you just automatically assume that everybody has these huge bell bottoms that are like big enough to fit like an animal preserve inside of it. Or it was the 80s, like, yeah, the 80s were crazy, man. Everyone had pastels and everybody was doing coke. Like, that's what everybody thinks of. And I was trying to think of like how you would summarize like right now, like when we're really old. And I was like, yeah, remember the time after the 2000, like the aught-teens, when everybody was broke? Okay. Something that you also might want to know about me is that I'm trying as hard as I can to do something what you can't do, which is get a vasectomy. Now hear me out. You ladies, you have what is known as reproductive health, and I think that's awesome. I'm not trying to take that away. But you guys should know that there's absolutely nothing like that for men. Hear me out. I've been turned down 3 times for getting a vasectomy. Age 19, they said, I'm sorry, Mr. Hall, but you're too young. Which turned out to be bullshit. Then later on, they're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Hall, but that isn't covered by your insurance. Okay, then fast forward. Then I was like, I was going to pay them in cash. That's how much I don't want kids. Yeah. And the guy just plain refused. He's like, I can't, Mr. Hall, on moral grounds. I don't know why all 3 of these doctors have the same voice. We'll just go with it. And so he was saying, it's like, well, but you might change your mind. And I was like, well, yeah, there's like a sperm bank or whatever, you know, I can do that. And he's like, no, I can't on good conscience. And I don't know how weird that is. Like, there's so many children that are out there right now that nobody gives a shit about at all. You know, just complete drain on the system. I, on the other hand, know I would be a horrible dad. Just terrible, you know? But I can't. They won't let me. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a bunch of children from Walmart, like in the parking lot, and they just like bring them in. It's like, you got to stop this. I'm out of control. I need help. My favorite website right now is this website is called Chat Room Roulette. I don't know if you guys have ever gone there. It is awesome. Because basically what it is you just click this button, and it's just a bunch of people with webcam. And then like every 40th one is this really lonely guy jacking off. And this was awesome when I was there. And this girl that was next to me, again, I don't know why in the context of this joke there's a woman next to me, but just hear me out on this one. And she's like, oh, that's so sad. What's wrong with that guy? He needs an outlet. There's other outlets, you know, than chat room roulettes. I don't know if people know that. I need to work on a punchline for that joke. I just thought that was really weird, that she was overly sensitive about the lonely jack-off guy. I'll rewrite that one. We'll get back to you on that. I also had a really great thing where I was going to do like a full satanic prayer, and that also turned out to be not funny. I'll end this particular part of my set, and we'll get to the next comedian by saying that somebody told me that if you want to be a good stand-up comedian, what you have to do is you have to tell the truth. You have to say things that embarrass you. Like whatever is the thing in your wallet, like the thing that they don't want, you don't want anybody to find, like if you're, you know, they find you dead in a car or whatever. And so I'll say this. In my adult lifetime, I've pooped my pants 8 times. Now I want to say that it wasn't like in a row, okay? Like I'm 31. I'm spacing it out between 18, okay? What? Oh man, I just got one up. This is like Entourage. What's going on? All right. What? Yes, I enjoyed that circle jerk song too. Okay, all right. I think that they should take pictures of missing transsexuals and put them on cartons of half and half. Good Lord. This is not quality workmanship here. Oh, I thought you stole my set list. That would have been tragic. And I don't know what you would have possibly done with it. This is the writings of a madman. This is that notebook that they found when they caught that guy in 7. It's creepy. I was outside and I was driving, I wasn't driving, I was driving with this person, and this car pulled up next to us, one of those giant suburban assault vehicle SUVs, and there was a midget driving it. And my friend just started cracking up. Now granted, he was on about, I don't know how many substances, so he probably should have been driving in the first place. But he's like, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And it was pretty funny. I was like, no, you know what would be better is if there's a bunch of sumo wrestlers and Mini Coopers behind him. And they were gonna race. They're also gonna be part of a bank robbery. Involved Seth Green. That's an Italian Job reference. Why did I do an Italian Job reference? I have no idea. A little highbrow. I figured out why they have riots at soccer stadiums. It's to stay awake. Yeah, 3 hours for 0 to 0. They either hand out pillows or like a pen to just stab your thigh so you can stay awake. All right, that joke worked a lot better in Canada. Okay. I saw the most amazing thing in traffic ever. There is this woman, I'm not making this up, it's true, sir, who she got into an accident because she was making an illegal U-turn while trying to take a picture of a seemingly innocuous building, and I should also mention that woman was Asian. I'm just saying, it was as if she got up, to hear me out, as if she got up in the morning, she's like, how can I combine as many stereotypes as possible? Like they had stereotype contests, and she's like, I'm winning this one. I'm a very, very messy eater. I'll put it this way. I got pepperoni in my armpits when I was eating pizza, and I had a turtleneck on. That happened when I was little, and it happened last week. I love the story of the lady was talking about how she was conceived. So I'll tell my story, which is maybe as good, but maybe not as good because it didn't involve a conjugal visit. And that word is amazing. No, what happened was my parents got married and they were on their way to their honeymoon in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, which is a pretty cool thing to do. And they stopped in the middle of nowhere, and it's this truck stop, and it's one of those creepy truck stops where it kind of looks like in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, like where they Large Marge, like that scene. And that one is all. And so they went in there, and the jukebox had everything was just all those depressing country songs. You know, nothing happy at all. It had one rock song. Okay, it had "Barracuda" by Heart. That was it. And my mom, who's a hippie, again, this is 60s, she then cranks up that song. Like, this is back when you could take the jukeboxes and you could turn it, just crank it up. And so all these, like, country western truckers just looked at her like they were gonna stab her. And they, like, got up and they were, like, moving towards her. And my dad just, like, threw money at him and just grabbed the food and ran out of there. And then she got to the car, and then they turned on the radio, and it is Barracuda again. She's like, "Sweet, I love this song." Well, anyways, that's how it was conceived. Not as good of a story. If I could put prison in there later, I'll change that up, because that apparently would have been better. I will end on this note by saying that when I was little, there was a Lincoln impersonator, Abraham Lincoln impersonator, came to my school, and the thing that they kept telling everybody over and over again is like, whatever you do, you can ask him anything, but don't ask him about the assassination. They just kept saying that, which makes sense because obviously he wouldn't remember that part, you know. I mean, maybe, you know, parts of it. It took him a while to die, you know. So anyways, and so of course we're like 8 years old, and so they told us like a million times, like, whatever you do, don't talk about the shooting. And then of course the first question is like, what was it like to get shot in the head? and the Lincoln guy just like Frankenstein, like he's just like, I knew you were gonna ask that. And I was thinking, like, they never, ever, like, when you see an Elvis impersonator, like, no one comes up like, what was it like to die in the toilets? No one says that.